Greetings friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a new collection video. Today we're going to take an updated look at my Nintendo 3DS collection. It's been 5 years since the last time I filmed a collection video highlighting my 3DS collection, and I have built it up with quite a few games since that video, and figured it was finally time to do an updated video here and share what my current 3DS collection is. I do really enjoy the 3DS. It is one of my favorite handhelds from Nintendo. I really like the 3D and not having to use glasses for. I know some people don't like it because it gives them a headache or stuff, but I really like the 3D, especially in some of the games. Like, it really pops out, and that's what I really like about it. Now, I own a red Nintendo 3DS XL, and I bought my wife a blue 3DS XL, so we both have our own 3DSs. My son likes playing on the 3DS. He doesn't have his own console, but he just usually will play on his mom's console, or something. He sometimes will play on mine. But there are some games in here that used to be my son's that he gave me. Since my son's not really big into collecting, he likes to play games and stuff, but he's not a big collector like I am. So he gave those to me. So there are a couple doubles you'll see in here. And then there's also a couple kid games that he used to play when he's younger that he doesn't really play anymore. But, I figured it was time to share with you guys the 3DS collection, let you guys know the games I have for it. Of course, I would like to see what your guys' 3DS collections look like, so if you do have a collection video uploaded, please send me the link, leave a comment with it so I can check it out. You also can just tell me about the different games you guys have, and I would love any suggestions on games you think I should pick up for the 3DS. So if you guys see a game I don't have, you think I would really enjoy it, please let me know, because I'm always looking for suggestions for new games to check out, as I love the Nintendo 3DS, and there were so many wonderful games out there, and I have definitely missed out on some of them over the years, and now is a really good time to collect for the 3DS, as it's starting to wind down now with Nintendo, so prices are starting to drop, and it's a great time to collect for the console, and there are a lot of great games out there. So we'll get started here first. First game I have is Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy. So this is a rhythm-based Final Fantasy RPG type looking game. Now, I have not played it before, but it was recommended to me by a friend, so I definitely would like to try this eventually. So we got that one. Next up is Project X Zone. So this combines a whole bunch of different characters. It says it's the ultimate crossover game, an epic strategy RPG that combines the greatest collection of characters ever seen in one game. Perform different combos using the cross-active battle system. So this looked pretty cool. It has over 50 characters to play as from Namco Bandai, Sega, and Capcom. Not played this one yet, but I had heard really good things about it, so that's why I picked it up. I definitely would like to check that one out. Next up we have Your Friends, Your Drama, Your Life, Tomodachi Life. My son was a huge fan of this game. He used to play this all the time, and he created a whole little, like, community on there, and there were some celebrities and stuff he's able to add in there. He even put my wife and myself in the game. Our characters in the game didn't like each other, so in the game world, we never got together like we did in real life. I never really played this before, but watching him play, it looked pretty cool. And this was one of those games that he used to play that he donated to me that he has not played before. If you guys ever played the Tomodachi Life, have to let me know how you guys enjoyed it. But I'd have to check it out sometime and see. But I know my son really loved this game. Next up, and this is sealed, is Disney Epic Mickey Power of Illusion, which I always liked the Epic Mickey games. I had that one on the Wii, and then there was the second one. I think it was on the Wii U. I played through the first one, haven't beat it before, so I wanted to beat those before I went to this one. But this definitely looks like it'd be just as fun as those Epic Mickey games on the Wii and Wii U. It's cool to have this one in the collection. Next up is Mahjong 3D Warriors of the Emperor, which I love those Mahjong tile games, and that's what this is. It's really fun. If you're a fan of those, highly recommend picking this up. It's really cheap. You can get this just for a couple dollars, and there's all kinds of different modes and stuff into it besides just a classic Mahjong game. But I love these tile games. They're really fun. I used to play them all the time on the computer, so it's really fun having a 3DS port here. Next up is Disney Magical World. This is my son played a long time ago. He doesn't play anymore. I have no idea how the game is. Don't know if it's good or bad, but this is just one of those kid games that he liked to play a long time ago, which now he's going to be 16, so he's not really into games like this anymore. Next up is The Sims 3, which I got this for my wife. She loves the Sims game. So does my son. I'm not really big into the Sims anymore, so this one's actually my wife's game, and she loves playing it. So if you're a fan of Sims game, it's a portable version of it. Just as fun as any other Sims ones. Next up is Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate. This is a fun game set in the Castlevania Lords of Shadow series. Awesome game. If you like Castlevania, highly recommend this one for 3DS. Next up is Puzzle and Dragon Z plus Puzzle Dragons Super Mario Edition, which this is a fun puzzle game. I like puzzle games, and this also has mixed in with some Mario elements in the other game. Another one I would recommend that you can get fairly cheap. We got Lego City Undercover, The Chase Begins, which I'm a huge fan. I love Lego City Undercover on the Wii U. I absolutely loved how it combined using the Wii U gamepad and the TV screen. Now, they did port it to other consoles, but it's truly best played on the Wii U. And I do want to finish beating that, and I wanted to get the 3DS port of it because I heard it was really good. So I'm looking forward to checking it because I love these little Lego games, and this looks really fun. Next up is Sonic and AllStars Racing Transformed Bonus Edition. So this actually has the inclusion of Wreck-It Ralph and Danica Patrick. Now, I love these games. These, I feel, are just as fun as the Mario Kart games, and sometimes have a little bit more stuff and content to them than just the Mario Kart games. I like the characters in this. Highly recommend this series as well. If you got a 3DS, pick this up. It is an awesome game. Great one there. Next up, here's one of my son's old games, Moshi Monsters, Moshling Theme Park. He has not played this in a long time. He used to be a huge fan of that the Moshi Monsters on that website until it shut down, but that was when he was a kid, so obviously he doesn't play anymore, but I do have Moshi Monsters. Crossword Plus, this is actually still sealed. I got this for my wife, and she just never got around to ever playing. I think we got it at like half-price books for a couple dollars, but if you're a fan of crosswords puzzles, I'm sure this would be fun for that. Got some Pokemon titles. We have Pokemon X, which I'm still way behind on Pokemon games. I'm still playing Pokemon Pearl, and I can't remember what the other one is that goes with it. But it's been a while since I played Pokemon games, but I did get these cheap. So I have Pokemon X, and then I also have Pokemon Y. So I'll have to eventually get to these Pokemon games because I do like them. I just have not played them for quite a while. Next up, we have Rodea, the Sky Soldier, with the bonus original soundtrack included. So this has everything in it. This was donated to me by a buddy. Really awesome gift to get. I have this on the Wii U and the Wii, the combo pack that had both versions in one. I still need to beat that one before I play this one, but I was so happy to have this. I do have like little collector's editions, and that was a cool one. Next up, we have another puzzle game here, and this one is fun. It's Jewel Master Cradle of Rome 2 with little matching up crystals and stuff. Best-selling Match 3 returns to Rome in glorious 3D. So this is a fun little puzzle game, and I do like puzzle games, and they do work really well for handheld, so that one I would recommend. You can get it very cheap, too. Next up, I have 2 copies of this, and actually still brand new and sealed. I have not played this adventure yet. I definitely want to. I've heard many, many good things about it. It's The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. These were brand new, $5 at Five Below store. So I got one to keep sealed, and I got one to open up, and the other one to keep sealed is for trade bait, maybe down, 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now or something. Maybe they'll trade it off, but $5 for each one is a hell of a deal for those. Definitely want to check them out because I have heard really good things about this. And you actually can play multiplayer with it, so I could just open up and maybe play this with my wife and have 2 copies to play, so we each could play one. So that'd be cool to get play. Next up is The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. This is a fun game. This is basically a continuation of the Link to a Past on Super Nintendo, but this has some other elements where you can actually turn into a 2D Link, and go through and do some puzzles and stuff that way. It was a really fun game. I got pretty far in this game, but never beat it. So this is another one of those I need to go back and finish beating. Got a 3DS, definitely recommend Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. An awesome Legend of Zelda game. Goes back to its classic roots. Great game you guys should check out. Next up, I have 2 of these copies. One was my son's and one's mine, and that was Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. The one I got from FanVideo, you can see, has obviously been sun-faded compared to the one my son has that he gave me. Still a really cool game. If you guys are a fan of Donkey Kong Country series, definitely recommend getting this on the 3DS. It's just as fun as it was on the Wii, and it's a really cool game. Definitely recommend you guys get it, especially if you're a fan of Donkey Kong Country games like I am. This one is awesome. It's just really difficult, though. Just have to warn you guys, but that's a fun one. Next up, we have Animal Crossing New Leaf. This was my son's. We have not really played a whole lot of this one. I played the City Folk one a lot, and of course the one on GameCube all the time. But I'm pretty sure that on the 3DS, the card, you can only play as one character, so my son still has his on there. So I actually have to get another copy so that I can play on my own. But this is the one that he gave me, which he still occasionally plays. So we have Animal Crossing New Leaf, and I'm looking forward to that new Animal Crossing New Horizons that's coming out on the Switch soon. Can't wait to play that one. Next up, we have Yoshi's New Island, so another one of the Yoshi games. I've loved these Yoshi games ever since Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo, and this just basically continues that same series where you're taking the baby Mario and protecting him from the evil Bowser and stuff. Really fun game, definitely a good one in the series. Next up, we have Super Mario Maker for the 3DS, which I love the Mario Maker builder. This one I like because it has 100 courses to play in, and of course, this isn't as in depth as like the one on the Wii U and of course the Switch with downloading levels you can't go on. I think you can only share them if you're like locally, so that's kind of a downfall. But like I said, it was only you can see it was only $10, and I got it mainly to play the 100 courses that are on the game itself from Nintendo. So definitely want to play that one. Next up, we have 2 copies of this because one was my son's, and that was Super Mario 3D Land, which I love this game. This is awesome. I have beat it, but I'm going back now through and beating it 100%. My son still has his save file on his, and I've still got, my save files on this. Really fun game. If you guys have never played this before, you definitely should check these out. This is an awesome 2D, like 3D Mario adventure, and it's really fun and really highlights the 3DS. And the 3D looks really well on the 3DS console. Like playing it in 3D, the characters really pop at you, and it looks really nice. So definitely recommend these. Next up, we have New Super Mario Brothers 2. This is where you're trying to collect 1,000,000 coins. My son and I both have run through and beat this. Now, I do going back and trying to 100% it, get all the secrets and stuff. And I would love to collect 1,000,000 coins, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. Not that anything big happens, but I remember my son and I both were working on collecting coins and coins and coins and taking turns and stuff with this game. Really good game, though. I definitely recommend. If you're a fan of the New Super Mario Brothers, definitely get this one for the 3DS. It is awesome. And it's just fun to play through. Next up, we have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which I'm a huge fan of Luigi's Mansion. I have all of them, including the sequel, the third Luigi's Mansion on the Nintendo Switch. I do need to finish beating this, so I got really far in this and then stopped playing it. So this is another one of those games I got to go back and beat. Love it. Awesome game. Highly recommend. If you're a fan of Luigi's Mansion, get the Dark Moon. It's great. I also got the 3DS port of the Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube. The only thing that is a little hard is, you don't have the twin sticks like you did on the GameCube, so it's you have to get used to the controls. But it does control similar to the Luigi's Dark Moon. It just takes a little bit of playing and you'll get used to it. A really good port of the GameCube Classic. I would love if they would port both of these to the Nintendo Switch in the future. That'd be really good. Next up, we have Mario Kart 7, one of my favorite Mario Kart games. This is actually my favorite of the portable Mario Kart games. Of all the portable ones I have, Mario Kart 7 is my favorite because it has the most tracks, it has the most accessories, the most variety of vehicles and attachments and stuff and things you can do with your vehicles. They even have like some underwater racing sometimes, and you can adjust your car and stuff like you did in the Mario Kart Wii, and then obviously, when it was the Mario Kart 8 and Wii U and Nintendo Switch. Really fun Mario Kart game. Definitely recommend getting Mario Kart 7 if you've got a 3DS must-own. Next up, we have Mario Golf World Tour. I love Mario Golf games. I've been playing them ever since the Nintendo 64 days, and this is no exception. Another really fun game. There's all kinds of different parks and stuff, and there's also a little story mode, which I'm playing through. Really love this game, and it has quite a bit of stuff for a golf game, and it's a fun Mario title. Next up, we have Mario Party Island Tour. I only played this a little bit. I'm a big fan of Mario Party games. But it says, you can have it the 4 players can play with one game card. It's really fun to play these multiplayer with friends. Played it a little bit against the computer, and it is a fun Mario Party game. I would love to definitely play this with friends because it's more enjoyable that way. Next, we have 2 of these. One was mine, one was my son's. He gave me was Paper Mario Sticker Star, which I love the Paper Mario games. I have not played this before. My son played it a lot, and he absolutely loved it. So I will eventually get to this once I finish beating the Paper Mario series. I need to go back and play the 64 one again, and then the GameCube one, and just go from there and play them all through in order. Really fun games, so definitely would recommend those. Next up, we have Mario Tennis Open, another fun game. I love Mario Tennis games. That's another one I've been playing since the Nintendo 64 days, and this one is just as awesome. Also has a story mode. You can play as your Mii in the game, and it has a lot more elements and stuff to this than some of the other games in it. Sometimes they kind of bare bones and break them down and give you less content. This one actually is filled with quite a bit of stuff, and it's a fun tennis game. Definitely recommend you guys check this one out. Now we're getting into some really fun games I like. This is the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser Minions. So this is a 3DS port of the old Game Boy Advance Super Mario, or Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I beat that on the Game Boy Advance, but I wanted to play the 3DS port because it does add some new content to it, as well as the Bowser's Minions little add-on game to it. So definitely would recommend that one if you're a fan of the series. It's really fun. Next up, we have Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. So this is a port of the 3D of the DS version. They did not add any 3DS features to it. It only plays in 2D. But you also get the Bowser's Jr.'s Journey. This was the last release that they did before Alpha Dreams went out of business. So I just wanted to get it for the collection. I really like these red cases for Mario titles on 3DS. I think they're great. Next up, we have Mario and Luigi Dream Team. So the Dream Team. So this is another one in the Mario and Luigi series where it plays with the aspect of falling asleep and going into the dream world. Really fun game. Another one in the series that I need to finish beating and playing. That's great. And the last one I got this. So it has the old sticker from when I got in 2016. I had a Goodwill for $20 because at the time it was like a $40 game. That was Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, which is another one in the series I played a little bit and love it. So that'll do it for us, guys. Should let you guys do a quick little overview down here for you. Show you guys my 3DS collection, but you guys can see, I'm a huge fan of the Mario games, so obviously I have a bunch of the Mario titles here, and I do have some other, Pokemon and some Lego games and stuff like that, but that's my current Nintendo 3DS collection. Like I said, I would love to see your guys' Nintendo 3DS collection, so if you do have a collection video up, please share the link with me. I would love to check it out. I'd also like any suggestions on 3DS titles you guys did not see that I had that you think are really fun and that I should check out, because I'm always looking for new games to add to my collection, and right now it's a great time to collect for the 3DS because so many of the titles are very affordable, and there's nothing that's like crazy expensive, like $100 or anything like that. Most are like between $10 and like $40. So there you guys go. That's my 3DS collection. Like I said, I'd love to see what your guys' collections are like, and if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. Have an amazing day, and Sleepy. We'll see you guys next time.